I'm back, guys. Did you miss me? Me neither. I sure as hell didn't miss you guys. But I missed fantasy football. And apparently so did my team because they didn't show up while I was gone, but they showed up when I came back. So I've learned my lesson. I think Micah has also learned his lesson, which is don't make a video because it curses your fantasy team. Apparently that's the problem this whole time. Being a commissioner leads to losses. So he's learned his lesson. I still haven't. I'm a little thick. It might take me a couple more years to figure that out. But I wanted to make another video. I didn't want to do a weekly recap this time. I wanted to do something different. We're 4 weeks in now. We've got a couple of games under our belts. We've got a couple of injuries. Waiver claims have gone through. Now's a good time to just figure out, how good are you beyond that record? Because some people's records are fake, Brian. And some people's teams slowly improving throughout the year, Derek. And some people have no hope, Gabe. So I think it's a good time to sit down and reflect on where we all are now. And it's my favorite time because I get to rank you guys and tell you how awful you are. So without further ado, here we go. Gabe, obviously, no surprise to anyone. Your team's really not good. You've got an 0-4 record, and you've scored by far the fewest points in the league. So, sorry, bud. So, Sean's also sporting the 0-4 record, but he has scored almost 100 more points than Gabe. So, all is not lost, but you got to get some wins under your belt, man. Well, Ed, you got to win in week 1. Since then, 3 straight losses, and points have been hard to come by. Your only win came the only time this year you've scored over 100 points. So your team is not great. You know yours truly stays at the bottom of these rankings. Yeah, I'm 2-2, but the only reason I have 2 wins is because I have the second least number of points scored against me. Other than that, I'm the second lowest scoring team in the league. So yeah, Dave's 1-3, and his team doesn't look particularly good, but he's gotten pretty unlucky. He's got the most points scored against him out of everyone in the league, so that 1-3 might be a mirage. He'll be back. Guy on a Buffalo. Well, Derek, you're 2-2. You're in the middle of the pack. Your scoring's even. You've recovered nicely from your terrible draft. That's all I can say about that. Now, this is the best part because this is the part where feelings get hurt. I'm sure Micah thinks he belongs much higher at 3-1, but man, if you look at the scoring, I mean, you're like in the bottom of the barrel. You're like 8th place in scoring. You just gotten pretty lucky, dog. Speaking of feelings getting hurt, I know for a fact Nathan's going to be mad about this, but I mean, your story's the same as Taco, except you've gotten even luckier. You've had almost the fewest amount of points scored against you. And your scoring's okay, but it's just not great, man. Now, Jeremy, you can join Nate and Micah in the 3-1 against the commish army. Now, you've put up a lot more points than those other guys, but you've had far fewer scored against you, so you're getting kind of lucky so far. But wait, Andy's 1-3. How can he be up here? Well, he's the reigning champ, so he's got the benefit of the doubt. And then if you just look at scoring and not his terrible, hideous record, he's actually put up the 3rd highest points in the league. So I think he might turn it around. Trust me, Brian, I wanted to put you number 1 and keep Rick from claiming the top spot. But considering you guys have scored a comparable number of points total, and he has had more points scored against him, I had to go with Rick over you for the top spot. Plus, you've got your first loss upcoming this week against the dumpster fire. So, I mean, you're not going to be number 1 long, even if you were. So my original plan was going to go with a picture of the poop emoji, but once I got on your Facebook and saw the oldest picture of you possible, I went ahead and grabbed that one. Seriously, Rick, your team is good. You're 4-0. That's all I have to say. Goodbye. Fun. Did a good amount of Facebook stalking for those pictures, which was a joy. Took me a little bit longer than I was expecting, but once the idea struck me to find somewhat embarrassing pictures of all of you guys, I just had to stick with it. So I'm going to go to bed now. Peace out. See you guys next week.